Hello, everybody, and welcome back once more to Anime Yay or Nay. I am the Outback Owl.
I'm Hot for Justice.
I'm Yin&Jung.
I'm Chibi Noob.
I'm Envy Jitters.
I'm CheerandCosplay.
And this week, we got more Halloween stuff coming along. We figured this week, why not do something less horrific, I suppose? We watched a show called All Saints Street, a Chinese online animation series of 4-minute shorts. You know, it's on YouTube. Yeah, what did you guys think about all this?
I saw it before and I really love this show. I discovered it when I was looking for a lot of donghua to watch, and this was one of the recommendations that came up. And I just thought it was really cute. I like the dynamics between the characters and the whole roommate situation between like monsters that everybody knows the archetypes for. I don't know, I just really like the characters and I think the animation's very cute. It's just a really fun, kind of just wholesome show to just relax to, and I really enjoy that about it. And I also think some parts get kind of creative and funny, so I don't know, I'm really into the show. It was one of my favorites that I watched when I was searching for a lot of donghua, so I would highly recommend it.
Okay, who's next?
So, I don't really like watch a lot of donghua, like at all, because I just read. But this was something that like I wasn't like given the premise. I was like, okay, so it's kind of like Saint Young Men, but with Halloween monsters. So I was like, okay, this might be a bit interesting. Art style's really cute. I like that it's very like Halloween themed, but also just like very cutesy at the same time. Also, the theme song is an earworm, and I'll be singing it for like the next couple of days. Which honestly, first time I heard it, I was like, "Is this a Vocaloid singing this song?" Because it's got like that robotic voice.
Yeah, it's like that pitched up kind of thing.
What?
It's got kind of like that, yeah, you're right, like auto-tune pitch up kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Like, it's like you can tell the voice is like synthetic. But yeah, I thought it was really cute. Like, all the characters were like very interesting. So yeah.
I had seen this probably like a couple years ago. I saw it on Tumblr, on a Tumblr post. I saw like people posting about like this new show that came out, and then like I mentioned it to my friend because we had been watching like anime and donghua together, and they were like, "Oh, like yeah, I heard about it too. Do you want to watch it together?" So we like binged a bunch of it when we were hanging out the one day, and I thought it was super cute. Yeah.
Very bingeable.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I never heard of this show until a week ago when Crunchyroll put out a trailer because they just now got the rights to showcase it. But this is only my second donghua I've ever seen, but I thought it was pretty cute. It's like you guys said, it's very nice. It's very wholesome. You could tell that they probably didn't have the biggest budget, so it almost feels like a passion project with these animators, and the voice actors did a nice job, and yeah, it's just a very nice, charming show. I mean, it almost feels like those types of shorts that you would see on Disney Channel whenever they needed like a stretcher to get through like 5 minutes to the next show almost, but I mean that in a good way.
Like
It's
as
very
the bell rings.
yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, so yeah, I liked it, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of felt bad for the main character because he kept wanting to go out with this one girl, and she just like, yeah, no, I only see you as a friend.
Yeah.
Aw, poor Nini.
Yeah.
I loved this. I also had not heard of it until it was assigned to us. But I really liked the art style and the animation and the music and how short it is. I like that it's just I can watch an episode in the bathroom at work if I skip the intro and outro.
Yeah. Hey, I'm just taking a piss break. Hold on, I'll be right back in a couple minutes.
Yeah.
That's a very Ira thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
I hated this. This was awful. It was the worst thing I've ever seen, and here's all the reasons why. No, this
Go
was
ahead,
fun.
list them.
It's it's a fun show. It's a nice turn your brain off. I'd call it a turn your brain off show, but I have to read subtitles so I can't turn my brain off, unfortunately. But I think you guys are like, yeah, it's fun. I think this is either like a webcomic or something that eventually just got
I believe it was,
a
yeah.
budget to-
It was originally
Yeah.
it was released on like Bilibili, which is like
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube China or something. So it's yeah, I think Envy, you're right about it was a little lower budget, but I think that's it's basically
it
like any
works
YouTube
for it,
series kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and honestly, they have good animation whenever it counts for something.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like the season 2 finale where they had a 2-part epic battle.
Mhm.
Like, okay.
Yep. I mean, why not? If you're gonna, you might as well
Right?
go out on something cool. Yeah. Who's your guys' favorite character? I would go into plot, but this is a slice of life show. There's no plot for the
There's
most part.
overarching stories, but there's nothing epic. Like, it's not like an epic. It's just
Yeah,
it's like a sitcom almost. There's character storylines that carry over, but there's nothing overarching, I guess.
it's mostly day-to-day lives of these monster people and the stuff that they do. Who is everyone's favorite
Oh
character?
my god, I love them all. It's so hard to choose.
Okay, does anyone have anything more specific?
I'm sorry.
Probably Lynn and Lily. Those are my 2 favorites. The brother
Okay.
sister angels.
I would say that my favorite character is the Mao.
The werewolf. I like him too.
Oh yeah, he's great.
He's so
Yeah.
good.
I also like Lynn Angel.
Mm-hmm.
I think I like the vampire and the mummy.
The
What, mummy?
The mummy.
Abu.
Abu.
No, I know.
Yeah, the
He's
guy in the
just
corner
there.
that never says anything.
it's like they never realize
He's so
ever.
cute.
He kind of reminds me of Kenny a little bit.
Yeah, maybe that's why I like him. He has Kenny vibes.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
probably
Neil
with
was
the-
my favorite.
Which one?
Meanie.
He's
Neil.
cute.
Maybe that's basic, but he's supposed to be a goat, right? Because goats are like the demon creatures. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
sheep adjacent, I think, and I like sheep.
So, I mean, that's like a Christian thing. So, because goats were sort of representative of a lot of paganism, they were essentially used in pagan rituals a lot. So they're just goats bad, sheep good.
So is that why you probably didn't see this? But there was a joke in the 3rd season where Lily and Lynn were in the pool and their splashing turned people into goats or sheep.
Yeah, because they basically turned it into holy water.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
exactly what they did. I didn't get that. I was like, is that a thing?
Yeah, I think
Because
they
it's sheeple.
Yeah, Lynn's got a purifying thing with his halo, and I guess that extends to water that he touches. So
Yeah.
it gets rid of it, turns you back to your true form or whatever. So we should. I feel like we've been kind of going around a little bit. Maybe we should describe the characters a little bit. So we should probably start with main character Neil Bowman. Is there a pun in there?
Neil and Bao?
Neil Bao? Is that like sheep in Chinese or something?
No,
like
Neil
bow
as
down.
in genuflection.
Oh, Neil and Bao before me. Gotcha.
Uh-huh.
Ah.
Because he is... Oh, I can't say spoilers.
But he's a monster.
Well, he's from hell, but he's got the demon lord inside of him for some reason.
Yeah, he's an anime protagonist.
Yee.
He just doesn't realize it.
I also like how they actually portrayed hell and heaven as actual civilizations. They're almost like cities in their own way. The guy, Neil, goes to hell school, and it's just a regular anime high school.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think
In
that's
fact,
kind
the
of...
people in the world, the real world, they don't seem to care that there's a bunch of monsters in the real world. It's yeah, this is normal.
I kind of feel like that's a bit of an Eastern thing. Because I've seen a couple anime that also kind of take that approach to heaven and hell, gods and devils, and all that sort of stuff. Of like, yeah, they're just kind of like doing their thing. They just so happen to also be like cosmically good or evil, and all that sort of thing. So, I mean, that might just be that sort of deal.
It kind of is. I mean, even think about like Dragon Ball Z. How their system works, and then like just I think the other one that I would think of is Journey to the West.
Mm-hmm.
With oh god, what do they call it? Like the Heavenly Society, whatever it is, where all the gods live.
Heaven?
Yeah, but I don't know. It has a specific name. I don't remember, but yeah. So that's just kind of like a thing. It's basically like they sort of like make it its own sort of separate world society thing where they all live. It's kind of like Supernatural sort of in a sense, because Supernatural had a tendency to do that. Cece, if you remember some of the episodes where we actually did get to see heaven and hell.
Hell is just waiting in a line.
Yeah, that was funny.
Well,
they changed it later.
That was
Who likes waiting in
hell
lines?
for the people who were actually going there. Hell for the demons, however.
But Crowley said, oh, yeah, they get in line. What happens when they get to the front? They go to the back of the line.
Yeah, that was actual hell for a while, but in later seasons they made it different, and I kind of...
Yeah, they actually, sort of expanded what it was.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Waiting in line for all of eternity seems like hell.
I mean, that's what the hell is for the humans, not for the actual demons that live there.
Yeah, I guess they have to go somewhere else. They can't just sit around.
They have to wait in line, too.
They have to wait in line, too. Then it becomes hell for them as well.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch Good Omens?
Yes,
Yeah.
I love Good Omens.
I've read it, so
theirs is kind of similar. I feel like they were both kind of businesses. One just was super pristine, and the other was in the sewer.
Well, I mean,
Supernatural based a lot off of Good Omens. Even Crowley has the same name.
Very true.
I feel like
they just ripped it.
what was the showrunner? Eric Kripke or something?
Eric Kripke,
I think he owes Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett some royalties, honestly.
He took all the American God stuff too.
Oh
in
yeah.
that one episode. Yeah.
But back to All Saints Street. So yeah, there's Neil. He's a demon. He's got a brother who's also a demon. There's their roommate landlord, Lynn the angel, and his little sister who Neil's in love with, and the vampire otaku streamer who could have been a CEO of a company, but instead decided I'm just gonna be an unsuccessful YouTube personality.
Lazy.
Hey, I can relate.
Just because Neil on their online chat said, go for it.
Yeah. The werewolf on a mission to stop
in here.
the demons. Who's this?
Kozi.
Ah,
Werewolf,
so you're here.
I did not watch this. I saw 2 episodes. Werewolf is my favorite character.
Damn right.
Because he was literally not paying rent, but living with Satan. Guess I'll take it.
Yep.
And that's mood.
He was so funny.
Yeah. God, is anyone else? No one else is there. Abdu's there. Abdu's there.
Abdu's not there.
There's other
not
characters
Abdu.
you meet,
Abdu
but-
is Monster Camp. Abu
Abu, yeah.
is this. But they're both mummies.
Yeah. Yeah, there's other characters that you meet in seasons 2 and 3, but I won't say them at this point.
Mm.
Lots of good stuff in seasons 2 and 3 too, though.
Yeah, I
recommend it.
I'm trying to think about what to talk about here, because I don't know, what was it? It's a series of shorts, so there's not exactly a whole lot in the way of plot until you get into some of the later stuff, but that's a little kind of spoilery, but I don't know, what was your guys' favorite? We can kind of take this that house husband thing. What was your favorite bit?
Oh, that's hard.
Are we just talking about season 1?
We can talk about whatever you guys watched.
Okay, I like the part at Christmas when Neil was trying to dress them all up, and they were like, "No, I could never." And he was like, "You can skip rent for a month," and they were all like, "Okay."
Yeah, that was great.
Do you want makeup?
Including the werewolf, who I guess doesn't pay rent.
Yeah.
Even he knows
Also,
a good
I
deal.
really like that any circle that kind of looks like the moon can set him off.
Yeah.
Picture
Oh,
of the moon.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's fun.
It's always
That's
the
different.
same shirt, too. It's always the same person.
And it doesn't have to be at night either. It could be in broad daylight, and as long as he sees some form of a full moon, he gets ticked off.
Oh,
If it's close to the moon, like even a round pillow.
yeah. I think my favorite bit was probably the one where it was close to a full moon. So he like went out into the forest and like, you know,
Yes.
went and like stripped down and waited to transform because he wasn't allowed to transform in the apartment anymore. So he's like, okay, I'm gonna go out. And then he gets partway through his transformation and then it stops because the clouds keep moving back and forth in front of the moon.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
it's
was
time.
great.
Oh, wait, no, it's not. Oh, it's time. Oh, wait, no, it's not.
And then he goes to like put his clothes back on and he can't find his clothes because a bunch of moles stole them.
Yeah.
He's like
Yeah.
the most unlucky person.
I know.
So cute.
And then Neil comes and brings him like his hoodie and is like, I'll come back with some pants for you, and he never comes back. And then basically the wolf gets caught by the police and basically you know, taken away for
Yeah.
indecent exposure.
He knew that was gonna happen too. He was
No,
like
I know.
he was like, I need to get my clothes back because otherwise people are gonna think I'm pervert.
Yeah.
It's so good.
We haven't talked about Nick at all, the brother.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was like the main focus for the first half of season 2, and he was getting a little annoying to me, I'm not gonna lie. He kind of grew on me a little bit, but I kind of have a grudge against him.
I think it's just one of those things of like you always see for season 1 of an anime or any other sort of like show, it's always like, oh, here's the big bad, he's gonna be really intimidated with that, and then they beat the shit out of him, and suddenly he's living with them and they're all buddies now.
Yeah.
I'm getting like Devil is a part-timer
Yeah.
vibes. Like what was it? Which one was the purple one?
I don't remember the name.
Well,
It's been a long time. But I know what you're talking about.
Lucifer.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then suddenly like, why are you living here?
Mhm.
You mean Avatar?
Avatar?
What?
Zuko?
Oh, yeah.
No,
Actually, yeah, that technically did happen too.
Kinda.
Okay, that's a little more well written than most anime. My enemy is now my friend shit.
But you're not wrong.
Yeah.
We didn't really talk much about Lily, I guess. She's just the exact opposite of like Lynn. Because Lynn's just like
she's more powerful than Lynn in a lot of ways, but she's just kind of adorable.
Mhm.
She's cute. I like her.
There's a character in season 3 that I thought was interesting, but I don't want to say who it was. But I think you guys know what I'm talking about. The person that likes to drink a lot.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mhm.
God, this is like, I don't want this to be such a short episode, but it's like, it's a bunch of shorts. What do we do?
Damn.
I mean, season 3 just came out this past year, so maybe they'll do a season 4 next year.
I hope so.
I
I would
mean-
be up for more of this.
As far, are they still going with the webcomic at this point?
I'm not sure.
I
have
think
no
so,
idea.
but I have to double check. I'm not sure. I haven't read the webcomic yet, but I want to. But if people want something that's similar to this one, there's actually one called Non-Human that's basically the same kind of thing with the little shorts and the same kind of style, but it's for Asian mythology. So it's a bunch of them like living and working together and stuff. It's really cute too, and it has like a different art style, but a similarly like interesting one.
Okay.
So yes, definitely watch that.
Has anyone looked into the studio behind this?
Oh, I'm looking it
surprisingly.
up. I remember seeing a bunch of the stuff with the right at the beginning of a lot of the episodes. So.
Yeah. I know the webcomic author was Lingsa, but I don't know who made the series, the TV show.
Yeah, in after the season 2 finale, they actually did an interview with her, because they probably assumed that'd be it, but
Tencent Video.
that was sweet.
Oh, it's just Tencent?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay.
Tencent, you fucking devils.
Yeah, right.
Am I missing
What's
something?
going on with them?
Tencent is one of those studios that pretty much controls a lot of stuff. Like,
Yeah.
look up how much they own and look how much they want to buy. They are probably one of the biggest entertainment companies in the world.
They're like Disney.
Probably,
For China?
They just swallow everything and everyone.
they got so many studios and projects worldwide. It's insane. Like, they've offered to buy major companies around the world, and they own so many games. Like, they make dirty money for what they do.
And then they never release the good stuff, and I get mad about it.
Like
so many of the fucking BL shows that are censored to hell, and they still won't release them after they censor them to hell. It makes me so mad. It's usually the live action dramas.
I see.
But anyway, they produce a lot of like donghua and stuff though, and everything else.
They also own a lot of game studios, like Riot. They own them.
How the fuck do they own Riot?
They're worth a lot of money.
Big.
They are the 4th largest streaming service after Netflix, Amazon Prime, and Disney Plus.
Yup. They're up there.
Like I said, look up how much they make and how much they own. Yeah, it's insane. But anyway, back to All Saints Street. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I would like to see it continue for more misadventures.
Sure. I definitely want to look up if there's more material in the webcomic to see if maybe they'll keep making it. And I kind of just want to read the webcomic. I haven't yet.
Holy shit, they own a lot.
Yeah, they do.
I told you.
They're ginormous.
They have a lot of subsidiaries.
Yup. The Penguin.
Okay, and it originated out of China.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I guess it's not surprising they own a lot of the Chinese market.
Okay. Sorry, I was looking to see how much percentage they own and like how many different fucking companies that I actually look at frequently.
Well, I guess this could be an interesting question for you, Yin, and you, Kozi. Since this is the first time we've ever talked about donghua on this channel, what are some donghua that you guys like or would recommend?
Okay. Naturally, I love Modao Zushi and Heaven Official's Blessing and Scum Villain, even though it's wonky. But I also really like Scissor 7 is really good. I highly recommend. And, I mean, you already know Envy that I love Link Click. It's amazing.
Yeah, that was the one that I saw because
Yeah,
it got
it's,
really
like,
popular.
So good. There was another one that has really awesome animation that I forget what it was called, but it was like, I feel like it was like Legend of something. I don't know. I'll have to look it up, but that one was good. Soul Land's pretty good, but it's like a long haul, and the animation is also wonky because a lot of donghua is computer animated, and it's not always the best computer animation. But if you can get past it, like a lot of the story is good because they're usually based off of like web novels that have a lot of story. But yeah, those are the first ones that come off the top of my head. And then there are some good movies, like Nausea was a good movie. I like that one a lot. Yeah, I'm sure I have a bunch of others, but I'm like blanking right now.
I would say I watch more movies than like actual series. But I've done all the MXTX and then White Snake and The Legend of Hay, I think, are like my favorite movies.
I guess I can ask you too, Gav. I know you've seen some stuff too, right?
Yeah, same stuff though, like the MXTX stuff.
Because I feel like, again, I imagine it's been around a while, but I've noticed that Chinese donghuas and animation and stuff like that have gotten a lot more popular the last couple of years.
Yeah.
I've noticed like it trending, if that's the right word to use.
There was a big surge.
I want to say like MXTX probably got it started.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of like went from there. It's kind of like K-pop, to be honest.
People are just looking for gay shit.
Oh, The King's Avatar. That one's really good. Yeah, I should watch King's Avatar.
Because I know, like, obviously there's been Japan with manga and anime that's always been popular, and then there was also the big boon with Korean web novels and webtoons. That was somewhat popular. Then yeah, I've noticed the trend with the Chinese donghuas.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's more like the rise in like what became popular. Because for a long time, like manga and anime were not very popular until like mid 2000s. Is when they started actually like really catching on, and then it kind of went from that to like Korean web comics and shows, and then obviously to donghua and stuff. But
I'm sorry, I have another one. Fog Hill of the Five Elements. It has really good like battle animation and stuff. Like I think a lot of it was like hand animated, and it looks amazing in certain parts. So I would also recommend that one.
I would say more than the donghua. I think just the dramas are more popular.
yeah,
those are
Becoming
big,
mainstream.
that's true. Because I will say, as far as like Korean content, like I will say like K-dramas were like a big thing
Mm-hmm.
that a lot of people really liked for a long time.
Yeah, I feel like the costume dramas with C-dramas are pretty big right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like the more historical fantasy ones. Like, there was one that came out that was pretty big recently. It's like Fairy and the Devil or something like that.
Oh,
I don't know. Before
like,
I heard of any of like the donghua stuff, that was what I was already watching.
Love Between Fairy and Devil.
Love Between Fairy and Devil. Yeah, that one came out recently. It was pretty popular. I really want to watch it.
So like Neil and Lily.
Yeah.
I think
Maybe.
that's the one that had the actress from Eternal Dream too. Like she was pretty popular.
Yeah, I think it does have a pretty popular actress in it. And the guy is more of like a newbie, I think. But yeah, a lot of like the C-dramas and the donghua have gotten pretty big recently, which I enjoy all of that media. I think it's all really interesting. So I have a lot of C-drama recommendations too, but I know that's not what we're talking about.
What are we talking about?
All Saints.
I don't
All
know.
Saints Street, that's right. I don't know. Do we have anything else to say about this particular show?
I mean,
Probably
I
good.
don't really got anything else major.
It's a yay for me.
I
Like
watch
it's fun, you know.
Same.
Just
Yeah,
watch
it's
it
a
for
yay.
a bit.
It is a
Hard
hard,
yay.
yay.
It's so cute and it's really short, so like just watch it. Even if
Yes.
you don't like it, it will not take up much of your time.
You can binge
Yeah.
this in like
Absolutely.
2 hours max.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, give it a watch if you haven't, or if you have, I mean, you know, hey, you already know it's good. So, all right, bit of a short one this week. So, what are we doing next week? We had something kind of light and fun. So why don't we do the exact opposite for next week? We're watching. I forget what the full name of this is, but it's called Higurashi. What is?
When
do you know
they
what-
cry.
When They Cry.
Are you are we watching the original one from the 2000s, or are we watching the reboot that came out
The
last
reboot
year?
is not a reboot.
Okay, I know it's a sequel slash.
Okay, I'm not
reboot.
watching a sequel because I haven't seen any of it. So let's go back to the 2000s. Let's watch some early 2000s anime. Big heads, big eyes, and a whole lot of horror. Higurashi next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell icon for notifications. If you enjoyed this video, give us a like, and if you haven't already, check out some of our previous episodes, our daily gaming videos, or our parody series Madoka Magically Abridged. See you next time!